So, but anyway, so that number would be the one that's looking at to change going on in the future. But outside of that, it's pretty straightforward as we see it. Did you want to make any
I would
notes
just say
or mentions?
that when it comes to the travel and meetings, one of the things on here is travel and adventure, the travel and adventure show of $1,095.45. There's another, which this year is in Texas. There is another community that signed up for it. Will probably not be able to go if they have it. So they will be paying all the expenses except for food. And a lot of times, if I share rides and stuff, instead of paying this amount, I pay, if there's 3 people in the car, I pay a third. There's 4, I pay a fourth. So this is based on if I always go by myself. And if we can share expenses, we do. And so this is never this amount on the travel. It's just that's how I did it.
Okay, so last year, it looks like your proposed budget for the 2020 was $32,000. Does that sound correct?
That does not actually sound correct.
What, did we get 32 or did we get 30?
We got 30.
I think we got
Down to 32.
Okay.
And so what is your budgetary request?
32.
Remain the same?
To remain the same.
Okay, and I'll kind of tell you like we told everybody else. It's totally unclear. We don't have a clue.
Right.
But we don't want to lose. We don't want to go backwards.
Right.
So on any of the other budget requests we've heard, we're going to try our best to maintain it where it's at.
Yeah.
Because we all know if you give something up, it's almost impossible to get it back. So we want to keep this budget as close to what we have now. I'm talking about the whole budget, including you
Right.
guys. So we'll make that request, the 32,000. It's kind of in the hands of the auditors. But yeah, we're not looking to cut anything yet, unless we just have to.
Right.
Right.
And we greatly appreciate that, and that's why it came in that to be able to stay with the consistent funding, so we kind of know how to operate going into the future.
Yeah.
And again, it's the not knowing.
Yeah, we have the same dilemma.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
But we will try to honor it the best that we can, and we'll stay with it until we can't.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
Okay, that's
and we appreciate you guys. I mean, we always have, and so
yeah. It's impossible to make promises about budgetary items right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. It's just impossible. But there again, we don't want to fall behind.
Right.
So let's continue the way we're doing it and see what happens.
Okay.
awesome. Thank
Sounds
you very
good.
much.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
And then you're going to bring more information on this in here.
Yeah, give us a little more info on that. Specifically, how you can pay for it.
Right.
Well, we can cut your salary.
Yeah, you almost have it. That won't help you much.
We'll ask for your credit
I'm
card.
sorry, you
which probably you don't have.
You can print a few of them, but that's about it.
How many games would you like to buy?
Next.
Next. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
I will bring you one that has.
Cody,
a
were you
minimum.
hiding outside? Were you hiding outside?
No, I was still.
I told him you've been sick.
See you later, guys.
See you, Gary.
Yeah, there's 8 different pills I got to take every 8 hours. Some of them are like the ones where you have to take 3 the first day, then 2 the next day. So they're not 8 different medicines. It's just
Steroids.
there's steroids and antibiotics, and they're just kicking my butt.
Do you have some for us this
I
month?
do. It has nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with drama. Just a note of appreciation and thank you. The Center for American Paleolithic Research was down last week. 2 years ago, I started working on a project where I found a mammoth in a gravel pit, and they just were overwhelmingly appreciative of Dave and his road crew and all the work they did to help them and things like that. That was, they said, unusual, and they just wanted me to pass on it. Thank you.
Have they recovered any other?
Yeah, and they're gonna be back in October probably to do some
Good.
more. But they were very grateful for,
I'd like to go out and watch that process a little
and
bit.
I'll let you know in October if you want to.
Yeah, I'd love
I got
to.
slug of pictures if you wanna look them at after the meeting.
Yeah.
But, they made the pit accessible to them to park, they needed to get to was unaccessible. They helped make it accessible, and leave some overburden and stuff and things, and just really generally helped
I'm not
out
real good at this.
Good.
a lot, and they're just really appreciative. I want to pass that on. So.
1.5?
I know sometimes in meetings, you don't get guys coming in just saying, thank you. So,
It's not rare, but it's not.
yeah.
No, just
But
$32,000.
they were very grateful.
Leave the
Good.
decimal
Good.
out.
So,
Well, as long as we can all do it in harmony and
mhm.
Times.
And like they said, it's all work that needed to be
1.5.
done anyways, so it wasn't like it was anything extra special, just different time frame. of what was
That'd be right.
to be done, so.
okay. And while you're here, I might as well mention the fact that we had a group of citizens again.
Yes.
Times.
They would like to see more
1.5.
enforcement, more positive enforcement. And
I talked to one of the leaders last Friday. I went out to the house and talked to him, and a productive, good
Doing
talk.
this wrong?
Oh, wait a minute, times point
Everything
one.
we told him we're doing what we
That's
could. I
what
gave
we
him
want.
some plans for the future as far as the sheriff's office. We're still recording, right? So, we got to, I explained to him about, I have more deputies, they need to get to the KLATC, they need to get through radar training. We need to get all the radars that we inherited from St. Francis certified and tested.
what were they?
What was that?
What were they?
They're a hodgepodge of different customs.
Maybe it's
Different things.
0.15.
There's a nice handheld, but it needs to be certified. and,
No, 0.015.
Some updates on the
Are we
batteries
doing
and stuff.
percentages?
But
1.5?
it was explained to him that, that
0.01.
we have tools available to do enforcement, and we're gonna have more tools available in the future.
In the
to
future.
do more enforcement.
Okay.
I gave him statistics without giving him any names of how many stops we did, how many tickets we wrote out of those stops, and stuff, so.
Sorry.
So,
You want that.
basically,
Well-
we're doing what,
Continue to do so, and let's see where we go.
I know they think there's some other issues that need to be taken care of with stop signs and stuff like that, and that was not my purview. That
Yeah.
was nothing I.
Well, and I think we kind of made it clear that that's not really an avenue that we can pursue anyway.
One of the things I did discuss with them is, and I haven't had time to research it, with the Traffic Safety Resource Office, of maybe getting some funds to put up one of those electronic signs that display your speed and then flashes when you're going too fast.
Check with the patrol. At some point in time, they had the potential to receive those because we was trying to get one for the little town of Moreland at one time. But this has been several years ago.
Yeah, I'm gonna look through my resources and see what logistically we could do without costing us an arm and a leg to do that.
One time, Dave or somebody was wanting to go through the K-Camp grant. One of those, did he
Okay.
try to do that?
I don't know, but I'll talk to him about it and find out. Like I said, I know there's resources out there, just find the right avenue to do it. I told him that is a project that I would take on, and once I find the funding, then I'd approach you guys and Dave about setting it up. But I said that, and it doesn't enforce by giving a ticket, but it's a reminder that you're speeding.
That's the whole point of it, is to change driving habits.
Mhm. So,
And if that is just as effective as an NTA, then success.
but that was one of the solutions that I offered besides the patrol side of it.
I kind of like that idea. Would you pursue that a little bit?
Absolutely, yeah.
Let's see what the cost of these things are and what the maintenance is. Because now they got the solar powered one, so we can get away from the generator run. And
I've seen them as little as a speed limit sign.
Sure.
You can get them pretty small, so, that's something I suggested and gonna look into.
Okay, please do.
Patrol, and enforcement, so,
Okay. Well, Cody, thanks. I hope you get to feeling better.
today's been the best day in a long time, so.
You still working nights?
No, I'm back on days now, starting this week, so.
You got anybody in KLATC or
Not till August 17th.
just in 2 or 1?
Yep. Sounds like they're both gonna get to go unless something happens, so.
Okay.
Which will be interesting, we've never had the opportunity to do that. I think it'll actually save us money, because we're not paying 2 different people to drive down there 2 different times. It's gonna be the same fuel to haul 2 guys as 1 guy, so,
I know where you can buy a Crown Vic pretty cheap.
I've been hearing this Crown Vic, I don't know what the story is.
They inherited it from Good Samaritan,
Oh.
and now he wants to sell it. It's got a $500 value, Cody.
Yeah.
6.
6.
That's why we have that Kia car. It works just fine for that stuff.
All right.
We had to put some new tires on it the other day, but I figure as much as they're gonna be driving it back and forth, the tires are going down to 2 on the tread, and I guess that's replacement level, so replace the tires, and that's what they'll drive back and forth. That saves miles on patrol vehicles, because that just, by the time they drive through, go to the KLTC.
Oh, yeah, and they're wasted miles. I mean, they're not.
They're not.
Not
useful
efficient
patrol
miles at all.
Yeah, so that little Kia in another year or two, we'll look at trading it off, and that comes out of the drug fund, so it's not a
Okay.
repurchase, but, it works great for that. So,
Sounds good.
anything else going on, guys?
I don't know, but I'd look at your pictures once the meeting's over.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other business we need to talk about today?
Should we increase their budget by the 1.8? That might give us a little money to give them to pay for some of this. I mean, I think it's kind of important.
Oh, sure.
And then maybe if we could get the rest from,
You talk about the flyers?
yeah,
Flyers.
yeah. If we increase the budget and,
Well, they got $32,000 in 1.8. That'd cover it.
well, she says we don't have to run a calculator, and she's right, because we neither one of us, he come up with $4,800, and I said, no, you got a decimal somewhere else.
I put it where you said.
God, I miss Mr. Ed. He could run
But,
that calculator.
I mean, we're increasing most of the budgets by 1.8 or 1.5.
If you can.
If I can. Let's
Well,
put it
that's-
down. Let's see
but
what
let's put
happens.
it down,
I agree.
and then we'd have a little bit of money to make the
Is there
new.
somewhere else that could be pulled from? I mean, just if that doesn't work,
It's too bad that we're
I mean, you know what I
making
mean?
2 brochures.
Kansas Department of Wildlife and Parks and Tourism often have funds available for this kind of
I'm just
stuff.
saying county.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's $2,000.
You could almost solicit from businesses, but I understand their hesitation because they can't write it off their taxes now. Let's increase that and see what happens.
Okay. We'll set it when he comes for the budget. We'll have to,
To amend it or something.
yeah, we'll have to. He does a preliminary budget. We go through it and
Yeah.
change stuff, and then he comes back with it.
But if we do it, we make sure they know that that's what that money's supposed to be used for. Which we really can't tell them they have to use it for that, but
Well, when they run out, then they could probably use it for something else, but when they run out, then they can use it for flyers.
yeah.
Be updated.
Okay. Anything else? Willie?
No. You ready?
Let's do it.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Terry.
Scott? Or